Hi everybody, I'm Schofield Thomas from 800 Tech. So again, I'm here to share some more experiences with you based on digital transformation that we've been doing for clients over the last couple of months. I must admit it is a journey, a lot of learning experiences, and I just want to share with some things with you, to show you how much things have changed within the last 9 months. Or almost a year actually. So it has been a journey. We've been helping customers since the COVID-19 pandemic and the issuance of the stay-at-home notice. A lot of customers, they needed some technology installed to help their workers to function and to keep productive. So of course we started off, helping customers with the immediate need, which was connectivity, accessing the office one, and also keeping their teams together. So for that, we utilize the Microsoft Teams environment. We utilize the whole ecosystem, some of the ecosystem in Office 365, because most of them had that already. Those that didn't have that, we assisted them with acquiring the license, setting it up, configuring it, and training the users on how to utilize Teams, SharePoint, Power Automate in some instances. But as we went along, we noticed that there were some deficiencies that customers were experiencing while working remotely. Some of them were, congested mailboxes. That's one option, one issue that they were having. Others were having issues in terms of organizing their processes. Some of them were custom utilizing the paper flow at their office, and now they're working remotely. There isn't that paper flow. Everybody's in separate locations. So it was a little difficult for them, and I think that was the first problem we encountered. Companies were having problems functioning in a paperless environment, let's call it that for now. And they looked to IT for a solution. So that's when we started to explore the option of utilizing some digital process flows for these customers. Now, mind you, some of these customers, they weren't too agreeable before to look at a digital solution. Because things were working out as it was before, in the paper environment or mixed environment, paper and digital. So they were pretty comfortable. They didn't see the need to disrupt that system at that point in time. But here came COVID-19, here came the pandemic. And as a result of that, employees were scattered all over in their homes, some working in the office when we were able to. Most of them would have been at home. So we had a hybrid type environment, and it was difficult for employees to keep their processes in check and to function. So that was the first major hurdle that we had. So how we achieved, assisted some clients. Some of them we were able just to utilize J365 environment, SharePoint, and Microsoft Teams and Power Automate to help them to navigate that system. That was okay. But there were other clients that needed a little more. Clients that needed stuff, done that were a little more complex than just a approval process. So for those clients, some of them we actually started to design the applications in Power Apps for them. As we know, Power Apps is a low-code environment, and we had our developer look at these processes, we mapped them out, and we started to design applications in Power Apps for these users. And the good thing about it is in Power Apps, they were able to, once we designed the app and we went through the whole production lifecycle, development lifecycle, and we got it out of beta and the gate reviews, and we got it into production. The good thing about Power Apps was that once you design that app, you have a mobile version of it already. So it worked well. So the customers, they were the employees who were remote. Those who were on the road, they could have used Power Apps to do their transactions. And what it actually showed us is that processes that while they were at the office that took sometimes 3 days to complete, when we designed the app, it took them in under 30 minutes to complete that entire process. Now this was a multi-step process with documentation, and we were able to design this app that took that process through it's 4 departments. It went through 4 departments, several approval processes, a verification process, So we had two verification process steps, then we had two approval steps, then we had the action, and then we have a last approval or last verification of the actual transaction. These things were all done digitally. So now the employees can now function wherever they are. It didn't matter. Once they had access to the internet, they were able to perform their task. So that was one aspect that we were able to help customers utilizing Power Apps and creating that digital process flow. Then we had some more complex scenarios. We had scenarios where customers had an ecosystem or a lack of ecosystem where they had multiple systems in silos. And they wanted now, because again of the pandemic, they wanted to bring these things into an ecosystem or a holistic system. So we explored several options. We looked at dynamics, we looked at other applications that they had running to see which one will fit. But in the end, what we actually proposed to that customer was this partnership that we have with Netoloji. It's a beautiful no-code system that allows us to develop a little more rapid than we would have normally developed, even with Power Apps. It allowed us to develop at a rapid pace applications that would actually run in the environment and handle their business process flows. And the beauty of this is now we can actually have this application running on your premise or in the cloud, and there's a mobile version of it also, just like in Power Apps, which would allow us to train the department heads to actually create their process flows and manage their process flows. So that was something really nice, and we started to utilize these process flows utilizing eFlow, which is the solution that we're proposing. And eFlow quickly became our platform of choice, and I'll tell you why. Because with eFlow, normally with the other development that we would do, we would now have to take a business process, look at it, evaluate it, map that process out, and then after we map that process out, we do process verification and re-engineering, and then we send that to the developers to get that developed. That can run us anywhere between 1 month to 3 months, sometimes if it's more complex, to 6 months. With eFlow, what it allowed us to do is cut down on that span of time. So now we were able to go from understanding the business case, doing a process flow in eFlow, and that process flow that we did in eFlow would now become the verification point, and it would serve as a reference point in gate reviews. So once we already built out that process flow in eFlow, we do a gate review with the client, we show them how this application, how the flow is going to look, and then once we do that, we click on activate, and we could actually show them a live example of it. That was really amazing for customers. It helped expedite their development process. So now customers can have a live application running at a gate review. We've never really done that before. Gate reviews were probably to show you parts of an application running to make sure that we are on the correct path. But now, as a gate review, we can actually have a full-fledged application running, and you can see all the steps. So with eFlow, we were able to now rapidly develop digital business processes for clients, right? And this is like really important. So customers now can actually implement their business processes digitally without much administrative effort, without administrative overheads, and it's pretty cost effective. So within a short space of time, we did a development for an export company, and we developed that process from the discovery phase. When we did the initial meeting, we had a discovery with the client. After the discovery with the client, the next day we started to build out that process flow in eFlow. We conceptualized it in eFlow, we built it out, and then we contacted the client and tell them, and this is under 2 days. We call the client and we tell them, listen, we have a solution for you. We want to do a gate review, and at this gate review, we're going to be showing the client an actual application. The client doesn't know that yet, but when they see it, they're going to be blown away by that. eFlow guys, for us, it is the go-to environment, no code, and it's gonna help your companies or your company build out your digital solutions a lot faster than you're accustomed to. If you have users in your managers or your supervisors, once we installed eFlow platform as your environment, we train these managers or supervisors or whoever you appoint, and we can train them how to design their own processes digitally without much interference from any IT source or anyone else outside of the environment, outside of your department. So it's something that you can manage in-house. It's something that you can actually utilize to develop your own processes. And then the good thing about it is if you want to change your process, you don't need to call back in a developer to do that. You want to change your process, whoever is trained in utilizing eFlow, we get them in, you get them in, they look at the flow and it's just simply drag and drop or edit. And it's very simple. Once you can design a flow chart, you can utilize eFlow. So this has been the solution that we've been stuck with going forward. eFlow seems to be the best tool for us. It's working out for us. We have clients in the financial sector, we have the export, we have the manufacturing, and we're all building out these solutions, digital solutions for them in eFlow. All right, it's something that you should consider, and soon we'll be posting some examples with the customer's permission. We'll be posting some examples of what we designed in eFlow, what it used to look like before, and what it's going to look like in the end. And the nice thing about eFlow is eFlow can connect to most legacy systems. So a legacy system is a system that you've had for years, or newer systems. We can connect to those databases, so we can pull information, we can push information to your core database or your core applications. If it's a cloud-based application or a cloud solution, we can also connect to that. We can have APIs that connect to your website to feed information from your website straight into an internal process flow. Right now, we're working on a complex application verification and loan process. Once we're finished with that, we're going to demonstrate that that one is pretty complex, a lot of calculations. It's taking us 1 week to develop this whole thing from start to finish. Once we finish developing that, we're going to show you parts of it, because we can't breach client confidentiality. We're going to show you some parts of it to show you what it looked like and how extensive it was before. Now, this solution we're building out with this client, it took them approximately anywhere between 3 to 5 days to run a process, or to start the process and close the process. We're aiming for a couple hours with eFlow to show you how easy and how much efficiency this eFlow solution is going to bring to that client. So stay tuned, guys, and if you need to find out more, you want to explore eFlow and you want us to design a process for you in eFlow, contact us at 800-TECH, 800-8324, or info@800-tech.com, and we're going to do a proof of concept for you utilizing eFlow. We're going to show you how fast it's going to be built out, and once you're happy with it, we install the eFlow platform at your environment, and digital transformation is yours. You have it at your doorstep. You can do it whenever you like, modify whenever you like. It's going to make that process so simple. All right, so have no fear, guys. We're here for you. We're here helping you out with digital transformation like all the other clients that we're helping. So stay tuned and look out for the snapshots of the processes that we've developed digitally for clients.